Hello and welcome to this episode of Across the Gulf Coast. We've got another great show in store for you this month. We have a lot of events taking place up and down the Emerald Coast. A lot of things been put on hold, a lot going on with the coronavirus and events being moved around. Some of them canceled, some of them just rescheduled for a later time. We're going to talk about some of those events here today, and also some great organizations will be joining us. So you can find out what they've been up to and ways that you can help them not just through the pandemic, but also moving forward and how you can get involved with their mission. The first group we have joining us today is the Student Community Institute. They've been on the show several times in the past, and they do great work in Pensacola and Escambia County, and really all of Northwest Florida and our Tri-County area, helping with students and helping children do a lot of different things. But I won't spoil it for everybody. We'll let Shannon Nickinson tell us about their mission and what they're doing. Shannon, thank you so much for coming on the program today.
Well, Cam, thank you so much for having me. It's someday we'll get to do it in person again, I'm sure, but for right now, this is okay. This will do.
This will do, and yeah, I hope you're right. I hope sooner rather than later we'll be able to get back in person and do this again in person. But yeah, for now we're still virtual. So it's good to see you at least. For the show. Again, thank you for coming on. So tell us first a little bit about the Student Community Institute, what you guys do and what your mission is in the community.
Sure, I'm happy to. So our mission sounds simple, but it's really big. It's a really kind of big, audacious goal. We want to make the best place to live and raise a family in the world right here on the Emerald Coast. And we do that. We have kind of three buckets of programming that we work in. I lead the early learning division, the early brain development division, and we really focus on working with parents and caregivers with children under the age of 4 to help them know how to give those little ones the best start they can have in life. And that's important because in Escambia County, only 48% of children are ready for kindergarten when they show up. In Santa Rosa County, it's a little better, about 60%, but still some room to improve for sure. We also at SCI work in an entrepreneurship and leadership development area. We have a big event coming up in that realm of the world later in November too, which we'll talk about. And the third bucket that we have is what we call Civicon, or civic conversations, where we have it's a public lecture series where we want to help people raise their civic IQ, smarter citizens, hopefully lead to smarter government and better choices that make the quality of life for everyone all across the community, no matter your neighborhood or zip code, a better place to live. So that's all, just a little bit.
Just a little bit there. You guys just touching on a little bit of everything, but no, you guys do great work in the community, and a broad spectrum of ways that you do that work in the community. So let's start with a few. Let's start youngest. Then we'll move up from there. Tell us a little bit about the brain bags, and then also rolling into Light Up Learning, the event coming up.
Right. So the brain bags, that is our foundational early brain development program. We started that in the spring of 2017, and we wanted, when we learned, how many of our kids still needed some help to get ready for school, we did a ton of research and talked to a lot of experts, and we came to this space where we thought if we could give moms before they left the hospital a tool and some coaching to help them understand why it's so important to start talking, reading, singing, and playing every day from the very beginning of life, like right when you've got that little one before you leave the hospital. So we developed the brain bag. And since we started the brain bag in the spring of 2017, we've given out almost 18,000 of those early brain development toolkits, is kind of what we call them. It's a gift bag that, everybody loves free stuff, right? So we have a storybook, and we have a developmental guide, and we have a toy and some other community resource information that we give to all of our moms. But last year we were able to add a video lesson, which is a really important way that moms and dads learn information. It's one thing for us to talk about it, but some of us are, video learners, and that's okay. So we did a research project with the University of Chicago. And after that wrapped up, we were able to create this 4-minute video lesson that we play for moms before they leave the hospital. And it kind of walks them through the basics of why their voice is such a powerful tool to build their baby's brain, and why they got to use it from the very beginning. And so we're so excited to get that out in front of the community and share it with moms and dads. And this year we were able to connect with 2 large pediatric offices in our community to help show that video also in those well baby visits. Parents among the audience know that first year you are in the pediatrician's office like all the time, it feels like, all those well baby visits. Each one of those is a chance to reinforce that message, right? And so once we got it kind of wired up in the hospitals, our next step was to add it to the pediatric practices. And we're thrilled to have Pensacola Pediatrics and Community Health Northwest Florida as partners in that endeavor. And at the latter part of this year, they should start offering that video lesson to all of their patients. And they account for almost 20,000 children between the ages of birth and 5. So wow, that just exponentially increases the audience that we can get this message to, because it's important stuff, and every mom benefits from hearing it. So we're just excited to be able to spread the footprint of the good.
There you go. You got about a minute left. I want to make sure we do plug the Light Up Learning event and the Entrepreneur coming up in November.
Awesome. So to support all that wonderful work that I talked about, we have Light Up Learning, and that is our annual fundraiser. It's October 21st at Pensacola Wahoo Stadium. Cox is one of our amazing sponsors. You guys have been there with us from the beginning. We're super grateful for that. So that is going to be a fun event that's going to take place in the evening. And then, of course, for our Friends of Leadership Development, EntreCon is coming. That is a leadership and business development conference. That is November 17th and 18th. Coming up at a couple different spots in person. We're back live and in person. There will be portions of it that are live streamed. So our friends elsewhere, if you can't get here, you can definitely tune in and get your tickets. Studeri.org will have all of the information for both those events and any of our resources that folks want to have access to.
Great. Well, Shannon, thank you so much for coming on the show today. You guys have a lot of information, and I know we couldn't get it all in, but that just means we'll have to have you back on. So thank you so much.
Anytime, you know me, I get excited and then I get to talking. So
yeah, that's what I love. If you're passionate about something, you love to talk about it. So that's great. Thank you for everything you did.
Oh, thanks, Cam. Thank you guys for being such wonderful partners. We definitely could not do it without you.
Absolutely. We're happy to. Stay with us. We'll be right back.